Yo, what's going on, Dragon Ballers? Welcome back to another gameplay video. It's been a little while since we did one of these, but I got a request for the Bromasu deck to come up on the channel. So here we go. We're playing against Larry's Skilless build. Larry and I have messed with Skilless a lot, obviously, if you guys have followed the channel for any amount of time, but he's playing a multicolor version of Skilless, and he's been quite liking it a lot. And actually, we'll talk about it more when we get into the actual gameplay, but Larry's been messing around with a Scuffle Time variant. He's been throwing Scuffle Time into all his decks, and the rationale is like you get aggression because you get 2 swings with the Gotens, and you get self-awaken, and you get high tempo. So it really just gives Larry everything he wants in a deck, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's an engine that he can pretty much splash in anything he wants to play, and he's been playing it in really random things lately, like Raditz and Skilless and Jackie Chun as well for a little while there. So lots of interesting decks that I'm ready to bring you guys once set 8 comes around. But with that being said, guys, if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell so you never miss a video. Want to get involved in the Dragon Ball Super community? Make sure to check out the Discord in the description below, and I have all the links down in the description for all the helpful things towards the channel. Now, getting into the game, Larry went first, charged a dual color, passed. I went first, charged a dual color, and passed. Not too much exciting stuff going there. You'll notice I did not attack him, though, even though I went second. I know that Larry's playing Skilless. I know he's playing Scuffle Time. He's playing a much lower to the ground deck. So I want to keep my life total as healthy as possible. And my game plan is to drop Assimilated Ability Piccolo, which is the 4-drop out of the draft box that once per turn just snipes a guy, draws a card. Really good against aggressive strategies. The thing is, you just have to get there. So I don't have the Piccolo in hand, which would make this a lot better in terms of me not attacking him. And now you see I'm digging for cards. So I am going to swing at him, try and get some draw power. Unfortunately, we don't get the Piccolo quite yet, but we still have a few turns to get there. And yeah, we're just going to use the Paragus to draw a card. And that Paragus, even if you're not playing a rival, is probably a mainstay in any Broly deck you play, even if it's like Height of Mastery. It's just a simple draw one. Also fills the drop area for Overwhelm. It's such a good high value card. And also, it seems like I wasn't able to start with the Goku Black in my hand, which is also unfortunate. I really want to drop that on turn 2, especially to answer his Kid Goku, but I couldn't seem to draw that card either. So we searched out Planet Vegeta. Luckily, we do have about 6 copies of it with Planet Vegeta, because I do play 2 planets. If you haven't seen the deck profile for that, for this deck, the Bromasu deck, make sure to check that out. But yeah, I'm not seeing that turn 2. Kind of rough. So Larry's going into a 30k here. Let's see what he can make out of his turn. I mean, just establishing this type of board is huge. And against most Broly builds, like the 30k beat sticks just destroy you. But luckily in my build, I do have removal built in. So it's just a matter of getting there, really. And we're still at 7 life, so we can still afford to take a hit. And the problem with not attacking, there really isn't too much of a problem. And Larry actually going to opt to not attack. He's just going to build a board, which is very interesting. I think if I was Larry, I think I would be as aggressive as possible. Even though it is scary to give your opponent 3 cards. But now I'm approaching turn 4 at 6 life, which I have absolutely no problem with. I'm going to aggressively drop in the Goku Black to deal with his Kid Goku, so he can't just start recycling Dragon Balls and whatnot. Because if I let that thing sit on the board, it's going to accrue him way too much value. Now, unfortunately, I can't awaken and then do the Zamasu play, which would have been pretty cool. But it is what it is. Would still like to hold my awaken off till turn 4 for the Piccolo, because if you can drop the Piccolo and then awaken, you're in a much better position. But Larry's actually defensively comboing here. He's going to combo the Bojack and play a Bojack to tap my Goku Black. I mill 1. And the reason to do that is just so that he can answer it on the next turn. He added a free energy to play with. And now if he gets to deal with my Goku Black, I don't get to play my big Zamasu, which is pretty much one of the main ways I try and win the game. So the other unfortunate thing too is that Larry actually comboed out and didn't take that damage. So now he can't awaken this turn unless he has the Scuffle Time play, but does not seem like he has it in his hand. He's going to go leader into the Goku Black, just deal with it basically for free. And it's easily dead. It's going to take way too many resources for me to protect it, because you can just attack it with the Deborah next. So not really worth saving it, unfortunately. There is the Scuffle Time Boo. Does he have the Goten? That's the question. From looking at his hand, it does not seem like he does. I'm going to go Deborah into my leader. And the turn 4 awaken I have no problem with, so I will take that. Unfortunately, I draw another 10k Zamasu, not the Piccolo that I need. So that is somewhat unfortunate. So Larry's going to put me to 4 and pass turn. I'm just hoping that we have a play here we can make at this point. We charge the explosive. Yeah, you really don't want too many greens charged in this deck. Like, you want the one dual color, preferably on turn 1. You don't need the dual color, but starting with a turn 1 is really good for your Goku Black effect. And you really don't want to charge more than 1 green. But luckily, I get into the Goku BR from the Broly structure deck. That brings the Goku Black out from the drop area, which is so clutch. Now I get to make a Zamasu play. Things are starting to turn around in my favor, I would say. The fact that I do have an Awaken here is also really powerful. So I'm going to choose to pop 2 on the board to my Zamasu instead of ripping 2 from his hand, because those that 30k and that 20k are going to put way too much pressure on me. So I needed to get rid of those. But now I am finally giving him some cards. He's still at a healthy 6 life, so he's in nowhere near danger of dying. I put him at 6. I don't want to give him 2 more cards with the Zamasu. Maybe I should have swung, but I don't know. It's a hit or miss type of play. I stopped him from getting 2 cards from his life. And I think one of the best ways to play against Skilless is to try and starve them of cards. Just build a massive board, deal with their board, and then go in once they lose resources. I think that's the way to do it. And that's pretty much the way I play it here. But we'll see what Larry has on this turn. Gonna go 10k at my Goku Black again. Doesn't seem to get us too much going on, unfortunately. I'm going to Nimbus and discard. You know, he has a lot of energy up, and the fact that he attacked with his leader first kind of tells me he doesn't have too much going on. So maybe I shouldn't have Nimbus there, but I do it just because he has so much energy to play with, and he somewhat misplayed by attacking with the leader first, even though, you know, it's very possible he wanted that thing to happen where he wanted me to Nimbus, so he could have been baiting it. But I take the opportunity there because he has so much energy to play with, and yeah, so that's pretty much the rationale there. I know it's kind of hard to follow, but basically he had so much threatening energy to play with, so I wanted to make usage of the Nimbus there. But he is going to get the Goten on board. He is going to take a life with it. He can't swing with it, but he is going to get some cards there, make some usage of that energy. The fact that he has 2 black energy doesn't feel too great. And notice that he has the Godstrike Beerus in his hand. That's pretty crazy. He is going to bounce the Goku Black to my hand with the Boo effect. That's really, really good tempo for him. Luckily, I'm on 5 energy, so I can actually do the entire Zamasu combo in one go. I'm going to charge an extra Mira from my hand. It's just not doing a lot. Having 2 in my hand is a bit clunky at the moment. So we're going to go Goku Black. We should kill the Goten with it. So Goten's going to die, and this is a 25k double strike at his leader while he's at 5 life, so he should not have access to super combos. What he is going to do is drop the God Strike very early. So once you see the 1 God Strike, it should be a 1-of in their deck for the most part, so I don't really have to worry about another one, I don't think. Now, I did kind of misplay here. I shouldn't have rested the Goten. There was really no reason to, since I was going to drop the Goku Black. I could have then just rested the Champa and swung at it or dealt with it some other way. But it is what it is. I hit the Zeno button and the at all costs Vegeta out of Larry's hand. And he does play Gogeta 7 at the top end of his deck. So the fact that I hit that out of his hand, pretty clutch. The button as well. I don't know if he has another one. Doesn't seem like he does, which is super unfortunate for Larry. Very, very unfortunate for Larry. And the fact that Zamasu lets you pick 2 random cards out of your opponent's hand, that is insane, because you can get crazy snipes like that. If it was up to my opponent to choose what they get, man, it would be a lot less strong. But really, I got the perfect hits out of his hand with the Vegeta. He's missing his Gogeta 7 fusion piece and the button. He just had to eat a ton of damage that turn. So he draws into the Gogeta 7, but no Vegeta from the looks of it. Only Goku's to fuse with. And that is putting a bit of a damper in Larry's game plan here. Larry's trying to figure out something to do. He might start digging for this Vegeta piece. We'll see if he gets there. He's not going to combo, actually. He's not going to super combo. He's going to go leader into my leader. And here he'll start digging. Not a Vegeta. Does he dig the one more? Nope. Looks like he'll just leave it at 25. I match him at 25. I need 5k more to get out of it. I'll get rid of the Goku Black in my hand, not the one on the board, because I would like to keep dropping Zamasus if possible with the one I already have on the board. Plays a Goku. Swings with it. Now, I don't have any way to like restand energy to Goku Black to pop that thing mid-battle, but I know he's pretty much not dropping Gogeta 7 this turn, because if he was, he would have Senzu Bean to get back to 5 energy. So that one, I just take the damage, and I'm pretty sure I can kill him on this turn. But we'll have to just wait and see. He is playing yellow, so I do have to play again around Nimbus. You see how I kind of grabbed my leader there. He doesn't have the Nimbus, but he does have the Power Burst. But if he had the Nimbus and I swung my leader first, I would have been severely punished. That would have been very unfortunate. Luckily, he did not do that. So he's going to go to 30. Senzu Bean. That's pretty good for his turn defensively, but I do have the Mira Champa in my hand, which is pretty much the mainstay game ender of a Broly deck. So we'll see if that goes all the way. He could have the negates for it, though. Although I do have the Swift Retaliation Cooler, so I kind of have all the answers right here. It seems like, at least. Go Mira in for the first swing, calculating up how big it's going to be. Should be around like 70k, something like that. We're going to drop the Champa. We're going to drop the second Champa, and we still have 3 energy up for the Cooler. Yeah, so the reason I double Champa here is because I saw the God Strike Beerus and I want to play around it. So even if he was to God Strike, he wouldn't be able to get rid of the Double Strike because it has 2 instances of Double Strike. And then when I restand the Mira, I'm going to have the Cooler for the negate if he happens to rip into it. So he's going to take it and go down to 1. Leader is going to restand the Mira. Mira's going to swing again, gain all the attack again. And that's pretty much going to be the end of it. Now, I did mention this in the deck profile. That's pretty much what the deck aims to do, is whittle the opponent on resources, whether it's on their board or their hand, and then just Mira Champa for game. Ideally, that's the way you want to win. And it worked out for me here. That was pretty cool. Larry, unfortunately, I ripped the best cards out of his hand that he needed to beat me. So that was kind of just the case with that. But guys, let me know what you think about the decks in the comments below. You want to see Larry's deck? Let me know. We'll try and make it happen. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.